Hello everybody, Flamin' Shark back with another video, and for the fourth time in this season, we are back with Volume 8 of RWBY, and this time we are doing Chapter 4, Fault. So this is the longest chapter of V8 so far, so obviously in recent times RWBY chapter lengths have gotten very consistent. They've gotten historically on the long side. They've gotten very close to what you expect of typical anime episodes. But I know that the episodes 2 and 3 were under 18 minutes. They were somewhere between 17 and 18. I don't know the exact numbers. And I know that Divide, the first chapter, was just under 19 minutes. I know it was 1850 something. This episode is 1912, so that makes it the longest chapter of the volume, but still very consistent with like the RWBY lengths, where we had one chapter that was just under 19, two chapters that were like a little under 18, and now having a chapter just over 19. So the minute count has been very similar throughout the volume. Obviously, you say 5 seconds for the intro. You have 5 seconds for the intro, the Rooster Teeth intro, then like 90 seconds or so for the OP. You have about, I don't know how long the EDs are, like 30 seconds or so. But you look at, like, you cut out like a little over 2 minutes, but you're getting like pretty much every episode we've gotten like about 15 minutes of actual new content, thereabouts or more, which is really cool. And, you know, I think it's worth mentioning that Rooster Teeth has done a really good job over the years of evolving with RWBY, especially in the last like 2 volumes, maybe 3, but certainly in 7 and 8 for sure, of being really consistent with these chapter lengths. Like, who cares about the length being exactly the same? I like the fact that not all the chapters have the exact same length. I think that's a really cool ability of being part of an online medium, whether it be Netflix or in this case Rooster Teeth or whatever online medium you have for your show. It's kind of cool. Obviously, in the case of YouTube, all of my videos, their lengths are not consistent in the slightest, and I enjoy the fact that that's not a constraint, obviously. But I just wanted to quickly mention that, like, the episode lengths have been really good. Like, you know, I never get that feeling like, oh, this is a short episode, you know, and I'm really, really hyped about that. I guess it's just something that, you know, it's something that can get a little lost. It's something that I feel like is worth talking about. So as far as the prediction for Chapter 4, it's called Fault. Another interesting note is the chapters have been Divide, Refuge, Strings. Okay, Divide, Refuge, Strings, and Fault. They've all been one-episode titles, which is interesting. I mean, RWBY has done a fair few one-episode titles, but it's not like they're all like that. So I'm curious if that's a trend, if that is a artistic decision or just a coincidence. So I'm curious to see if this trend continues as we get into Chapter 5, Chapter 6, Chapter 7, as we get deeper into the volume. Because so far, 4 volumes, each title has been one word, and I like that. It's very, I don't know, it feels really good, and it was actually really, and they're all like, they're all just like good titles. Like Divide was such a good title. I mean, Refuge is a cool title, but like Strings was an amazing title. Fault potentially is a really cool title as well, but I would definitely say Divide and Strings are the best titles so far. So as my predictions for Chapter 4, Chapter 3 was entirely about like the RWBY side of things, but when I say RWBY, I mean the main group, the RWBY group with Nora, Blake, Weiss, and Penny, and their invasion of the Elysian military compound in order to get the green light for Amity from the terminal. And that was a really interesting episode. We had a lot of good moments. It was probably my favorite episode of the volume so far, of the first 3 chapters. I liked episode 2 a lot, but I probably would say that episode 1 and 3 are my favorites, although the ending of episode 2 with the Hound Grim was awesome, and especially him saying no and using Oscar as a meat shield. Both of those were badass moments. The Grim-related moments were great. The dialogue was good. The dialogue's been great all season, honestly. But I would definitely say that my favorite episode was probably episode 3. We got our first like real human fight with the Aesops versus Penny. I thought that was decent. I thought it wasn't like the most insane fight ever or anything, but it was a good early fight for the volume, especially when I'm expecting some big fights that'll actually be insane later. And just story like elements, and obviously the strings thing with them getting one of Penny's swords, and now Watts is going to attempt to reverse engineer Penny and hack into her through her sword. So that's going to be really saucy. But I'm really, and then obviously like also Penny left, and that was really interesting. And this is kind of what I'm saying. Having seen episode 3, I feel like we are actually really close to the insanity, because it feels like episode 4 is going to conclude the arc of the Yang group. Like episode 3 basically completed the RWBY group arc. It's over. Penny's gone, and she's gone off with Maria and Pietro, and the Yang group arc is going to be over here. Because I think they're just going to lose Oscar. And I think by the end of the episode, I think Oscar's going to be with Salem. And I think that's where we're going to set up episode 5. Given the fact that they focused the entirety of chapter 3 on the RWBY group, that makes me think that the entirety of chapter 4 might actually be on the Yang group. But in the same way where like the RWBY group focus allowed them to also give us Ironwood stuff, I think the Yang group focus is also going to allow us to get villain stuff, possibly at the end when Oscar ends up on the whale. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Who knows? I'm really excited for this chapter. It's nice and juicy, nice and long, 19 minutes. That's going to be fun. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I think these intros are going to slowly get shorter and shorter. They've been really long to start the volume, and this one's kind of long, but I feel like, well, I don't know. It depends on what happens. If the episodes get too wild, then maybe they'll get shorter. But I think, oddly enough, my theories, I don't know, like I don't have like, I'm not trying to like take this too long term. Like I have all my crackpot like long-term RWBY theories, but I'm just trying to focus on what I like the immediate. Because I feel like, I will say that I think everything in the OP, besides like maybe a couple specific shots, are portraying the first half. I pretty much think all of that's going to be happening by about episode 6 or 7. 7 I think is a good number specifically. I think it's like what's the other OP? There's another OP that was like that. I think it might have been V6 or something, but there was another OP that pretty much only showed shots that were representing the first half, but had like deeper implications for stuff that could be for the end, and I feel like that's exactly what it is. I feel like the literal shots are really only representing the first half, because I think by about halfway through the volume, we're going to be in like the full-on war part, basically. So I think there's only a couple more chapters before we get to the full war part. I think the only thing that's going to really happen before that is Salem's going to probably ask the final question, but I have no idea what she's going to ask. I think it's going to be something out of left field, honestly. Something that we never would have predicted. But you would imagine narratively that's somehow going to relate to this volume and this arc, because if it relates to like down the line, then that would be kind of weird, because it wouldn't be relevant to this arc. But whatever it is, I think it's going to be really saucy. So without any further ado, let's check out chapter 4 of RWBY Volume 8, Fault. And I think a lot of people are at fault. Almost everyone. And at the same time, it's also almost no one's fault, because sometimes things just suck. So let's check out chapter 4 volume 8 in 3, 2, 1, and play. Oh, once again, I've had no practice with this song, so if it's burned in my head, it's burned in my head. We said goodbye to all the things we loved. Gave up our lives just to find that it was not enough. Left in faith, left our solitude, our carefree peace. What we thought would change the world was just a childish dream. We failed to stop our own demise, the tragic ends before our eyes. Hope has no place here. Maybe the path that leads our way home will finally clear. Maybe the end we tried to avoid is already here. Some will never bloom. Some dreams will rot on the vine. Some lives will end much too soon. Oh, everyone's so cute there. Some evil will never ever die. Some wars will not end in peace. Some heroes choose the wrong side. Sometimes it's worth it all, the risk to fall and fight for every life. Happy never again. I don't know. I might stop saying it because I've already got it down so early in the volume that I might just start commenting a few random comments on the intro. Because I think I've proven my point. It's
You should have seen the look on Joanna's face.
Hey,
I don't
Robin
think she
telling
ever lost a fight
stories.
before that.
Aww.
At least, not fair and square.
I don't think Crow's having fun though. Damn. Oh my god, Jacques with the fly.
Tough crowd tonight.
Well,
Ironwood should have paid for better cell block entertainment.
nah.
She smiles.
Hey.
Hey, it's your game.
She's trying.
I don't make
She's
the
trying.
rules.
Aw. He's trying though.
I'm sorry for what happened. It wasn't your fault.
It was, though.
It was though, yeah, because he teamed
I
up with
made the
Tyrion
oath
for
of
no
darkness.
reason. Yep.
And he paid the price.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's all happening so fast. But
Yeah.
Clover wouldn't let up.
Yep.
Could have worked together against Tyrion if Clover just...
Yeah.
But the thing that really stings, for the first time in a while, I thought
You were past
Maybe-
your misfortune.
maybe I could be around somebody.
Yeah.
Anybody. Without my semblance making it complicated.
Yeah.
And now
Yep.
it just feels like a childish dream.
Jesus, Crow.
Gone, like everybody else.
Oh God, Crow.
Believe it or not, I know a little of what that's like.
Your
When people
semblance.
are worried you're gonna sniff out their secrets, they tend to push you away.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a real connection
Hard.
difficult.
Difficult. Yeah.
I
They like the word difficult in RWBY.
never thought of it that way.
And Watts is back in his cell.
You don't get to keep that.
I didn't kill him.
You keep saying that. But it was your weapon covered in his blood.
It was Tyrion, you dumb shits.
If you really want to know what happened, Mohawk, why not open the cell and take my hand?
If I open the cell, it won't be to shake hands.
Oh.
Yeah, because you don't care about the truth. You
Yep.
just want someone to be mad at.
Yep.
Easier than taking an honest look at what side you're on.
Ooh. She's got a point though, Robin. Oh, is she actually...
What are you doing?
Damn. She was actually thinking about letting Robin out, either to do the handshake or to beat her ass. I'm not sure which one. Maybe both.
Well, that was almost exciting.
Almost. You guys are gonna get out eventually. We'll see what happens. Meanwhile, on the chase, are we gonna get a lyrical song? We might. Also, those glaciers look pretty cool. Not glaciers, the mountains, yeah. God damn it. Oh, you're running out of dust.
I don't know how much longer these bikes can stand the cold.
I'm really wishing one of us could fly right now.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, what? What the?
Going to get you up there.
Oh, whoa, that's a terrible idea. This is an awful idea. Oh, Jesus, Sean. I mean, he's doing good. Oh, poor Ren.
Not as nice.
Oh, wow. This is like a video game.
Hold on, Red.
Very video game-esque.
Guys.
Yeah, Ren's kind of hanging on for his life pretty much. And you gotta be careful too, because Oscar is presumably still out of aura. And yeah, he could, even in air, he could potentially still use Oscar as a meat shield, and that's even worse now in air, because you can make a really, you're in a really awkward position, you can make a really big mistake. Dude, this is such a video game scene, what the hell? I mean, it is RT, so that shouldn't be surprising, but this is really cool. Oh! Oh, yeah, we're about to get a lyrical song, aren't we?
Did it just call for backup?
Oh my god, it's like the dragon. Well, the An endless stream. I'm not going to be too worried about the OST. You guys know I like to break down the OSTs after the volume, as do many people. That was the first one to do a reaction to it, though, back on my old channel, V3. Then it became a trend. All right, let's see it. Let's see what we got. to see Jean and Yang interacting a little. Nice! That was sick! That was really cool! Damn, look at this tag team putting in work. The Blondes. Whoa, wait, really? Oh, Ren, okay. Ren's gonna save them. Jesus Christ, but he's... Oh! Oh, that was sick. That was sick, Ren. Oh, wow. That was so sick, Ren using his semblance like a beast. But Oscar is lost to Salem. At least for now. Weiss? Yep.
Oh, you've picked a fine time to...
Not another word.
Aw.
We're coming in.
Yes,
Things are already bad enough after what you did to Father. Now you want us to harbor fugitives too? Our family has a reputation.
That's what you're worried
what
about?
reputation?
Your reputation?
Yeah, Jacques already
I'm just
fucked
saying
it,
that we've
yeah.
already lost all the house staff. And Mother locked herself in her room.
Maybe you haven't figured out what's going on, Whitley, but we're busy trying to save Atlas.
Look, our friend is hurt. We just need a place to lay low while she rests, and then we'll be out of your way.
There you go, Ruby.
Fine. What do you expect me to do then?
Go to your room.
Wait, seriously? Dude, Weiss. You gotta...
This way.
You gotta open up to him. He's not a bad guy. I don't care how many people in the fandom call him
Ruby?
Shitley. He really isn't a bad guy.
I hope everyone's doing all right.
He's suffered
If you're
too
worried about
from a
Yang,
bad father.
You could always try calling her.
Bad's an
That's the
understatement.
thing. I did.
I'm really rooting for Whitley. I'm really rooting for that character.
If anybody can hear me.
I feel like I'm literally the only one, but I have
Transport
faith
back to Mantle.
they're gonna do something cool with him. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get your transport.
We need to get out of this weather
And
before
all
the cold
of
drops our oars completely.
and the auras are
How much farther
yep,
to the outpost?
getting fucked. Ren's
Ren,
not talking.
how much-
I don't know.
None of you know. Yeah. If Jean doesn't know, if you don't know, why would Ren know?
I thought you said you saw it when you were up in the air.
I did. Before I had to cut myself loose to help you guys.
Yeah, you've brought that up a couple times now. Something you need to say?
Well,
Not really. Wouldn't want to waste any more time.
Oh God, Ren!
Hey!
Don't get too
What's
aggressive,
the deal?
Yang.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I'm sorry things
Yeah,
aren't
I think
going
we're pretty
smoothly
worried.
enough for you.
Guys, they're not going smoothly at all.
I hate to break it
Mm-hmm.
to you, but that's part of being a huntsman.
Are you kidding? We don't know the first thing about being huntsmen. We
Yeah,
can't
he's been
ignore
saying
it,
this
right?
for a
Guys,
while.
Stop it.
He was saying this
No,
last
Ren, when
volume.
we saved Haven, when we took down a Leviathan, we got the lamp to Atlas.
And then we lost it. And after that, when we had to make real decisions, we got every single one.
Yeah, the
I'm not
decision
going to
part
pretend
is
like we
fair.
did everything perfectly.
Of
But
course.
if we'd done nothing, things would be even worse than they are now.
How could they possibly be worse? We are stuck out here while Salem has the lamp and Oscar. We've got no plan, no army.
We've got the Maiden.
And by keeping her from opening the vault for Ironwood, we're just trapping the whole city for Salem. People are going to die because of us.
Yeah,
So what? We should just give
he's
Ironwood
right.
what he wants? Abandon Mantle? You think Atlas is still going to be able to float to safety now that she's here?
I don't know, but these aren't the kinds of decisions we should be making because we have no idea what we're doing.
Okay, both of you, cut it out.
Ren has a
I'm just saying
point,
what
but
nobody else
I
wants to.
understand
We're way
what.
over it. Ruby is barely more than a kid. I'm
Yep.
just an orphan from the middle of nowhere.
Jesus.
You cheated your way into bacon.
Oh! God damn, we haven't brought that up in all. It says to be 1 or maybe 2.
You don't think we should be huntsmen? Fine.
Yep.
I'm getting out
But
of the
we
boat.
are. We are one way or another.
Still got a job to do.
We still got a job to. That's the perfect line, Sean.
Seriously, is your goal just to push everyone away?
Yes. He's trying to protect you guys. In his
Oscar.
fucked up way. Here we go.
Don't
Here-
panic. We're going to be okay.
Yeah, we're just about to meet the mommy, the goddess. Oh my god, is she standing there? Oh my god!
Lost Ozma. Found at last.
Oh my god! I didn't think this would happen till the end of the episode, honestly. But we're getting it.
Small, this
Halfway
new host
through.
of yours.
Yep.
It's a wonder my hound didn't break you. It's been how many years since we saw each other like this, face to face?
A long time.
Nothing to say.
I'm sorry the reunion isn't living up to your expectations.
Wow. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Pretend, boy. But you're not fully him.
Nope.
Not yet, at least.
Nope. Not yet. Oh my god.
Well,
She feels bad for the
perhaps you
boy,
and
I think.
can have a better
deep down.
working relationship.
Than him?
Oscar.
Oh
was
my
it?
god. Yes, it is Oscar.
The beacon relic. My forces have been unable to locate the relic beneath the school.
There is that. We are bringing this up.
Ozma.
That
He has used some means
that
of
makes
deception
deception
to hide its
for the
location
question.
differently than the others.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I need to know where it is.
Yep.
That's not something I know about.
Of course.
She didn't expect that.
Guarded as long as possible.
Of course he would. Yep, it's about the relic.
How about something easier then?
How do you use the lamp?
The password for the lamp.
The lamp is all out of questions.
That's a lie. That's a lie, and she knows it. Oh my god! Bro! Her magic. What the hell? What did she just do?
Lies come out of you so easily.
God, that ring too.
Like-minded souls, indeed.
Yep. Oh my god,
One of you
like-minded
is going to
souls.
tell me what you know. I don't much care if it is you or Ozma.
Yep.
Either way, I'll finally have the relic.
I won't tell you anything.
I love Salem so much.
Hazel?
And now it's Hazel's turn.
Wait.
Oh, Jesus.
That was for Haven Academy.
Yep. And that's for my sister.
Everything that follows will be for my sister.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna say that. Not that I really, I still think that backstory sucks, but fair. And now we're getting Cinder and Neo.
Your Grace, What is that?
An experiment.
Interesting.
So far, I am pleased with the results. Did you need something, Cinder?
A special Grim, indeed. Even she's not entirely sure how it's gonna work.
Maiden. I think.
Do you hear that, my pet?
She thinks.
She wants.
Oh my god, Salem!
As if she's done something that warrants me caring about either of those things.
Oh my god, Salem!
We're just sitting and waiting.
Yep.
Without the maiden power,
Yep.
the vault
And that's the
means
plan.
nothing. Let me claim it for you.
I will tell you when and where you are needed.
But
Yep.
Your Grace.
I'd like to think I have shown a great deal of patience.
Dude,
over my
look at
many
Neo
years of
over there.
experiment,
Yep.
But I do hate repeating myself.
I bet you do.
You will remain here. Is that clear?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, of course.
Oh,
Without
Cinder.
you,
I am nothing. Yep, she said it again. Yeah, Salem knows that you're bullshitting her, and she doesn't even care. She legit doesn't care. Oh, you better not leave on your own.
I know what
Oh
she
my
said.
god.
I just want to check.
You're
everything.
gonna
Let me check
check.
before anyone realizes.
Yeah, look at Neo. She's like, really? Really, bitch?
I want to see if anything is still going on at Amity Coliseum.
Really, bitch?
Salem doesn't know those.
Oh my
children
god, the
are
way
guardians.
she pitter-pattered
They
on
will
that.
just abandon their misguided attempt to save the world.
Well, that's true, but I think Salem knows that too. Like, I don't think Salem thinks that in the slightest.
She doesn't want to. I'll come.
Hey!
I've been working on my semblance. I can help. I won't tell anybody.
How much did you overhear?
Enough. Great. Emerald, Cinder, and Neo. I don't know what's gonna happen with them, but it's gonna be interesting.
You're right, Ren. I did cheat my way into Beacon. And I'm glad I had people around me to help me see that I was bigger than that mistake.
And one of them was
You've got
you.
people around you too. You don't
I'm
have
just
to
remembering
force
the
yourself to be
scene
strong.
with Naked Ren and
The
Sean.
more you hide from what you're feeling, the more alone you're going to feel. Trust me.
God damn. This is the best chapter of V8, easily. This is blowing away every other chapter for me. The dialogue in this is so good.
I found a part to fix the bike.
Ren and Yang, and then
So,
literally everything
yay.
comes out of Salem's
Good news.
mommy mouth. Such a fucking
For what it's
dommy
worth.
mommy.
I'm sorry he said that to you. I know you've had to work hard to get here, Jean.
Hell yeah.
We're all under a lot of stress right now.
We all had
I
to.
used to push people away too.
That is true. Man, all these references to, like, the first 2 volumes of RWBY. That's crazy. I feel like that stuff's barely ever referenced anymore, like pre-fall.
Do you think she thinks less of me? For not helping out with Amity?
RWBY is your sister. She's always going to love you, even if you disagree with each other.
Yeah. RWBY.
She was asking about Pyrrha. How about
some
that?
Sleep, but I can't stop thinking about Oscar.
Go on. I'll make sure Ren doesn't brood himself to death out in the cold.
Yeah. We don't want Ren to brood to death. That would be bad. And there's the shot of him,
Things
the
always
snow,
seem to get
and
worse before they get better.
what are we about to see? What the hell are we about to see? What the hell are we about to see? This transition is great. Oh god, something's coming out of the water now. Oh, here comes some... Oh, are those the contest Grim? I wonder if that's the contest Grim. Because aren't they... It was the water ones, right? That one? That contest that was an absolute disaster? Wow, so... That was the best chapter of V8. Easily. Without a doubt. That chapter was so goated. Oh, that shot of Ren looking out at Oscar getting taken to Salem. Oh my god, that chapter was so good. Wow. I honestly didn't think we'd get any Salem and Oscar dialogue until chapter 5, but this does kind of play into my idea that I feel like we're going to be going for the full sauce in a couple episodes. 7, 8 at the latest, I think. But we'll see, I could be wrong. Wow. Okay. That was RWBY Volume 8. Chapter 4, Fault. So, that was a really interesting episode because I predicted what it would be kind of exactly. Like, it was a Yang Group plus villains episode, so that was all correct. What I'm a little surprised with, but it makes sense, is that Oscar ended up in front of Salem mid-episode, not at the end, so we actually got Oscar-Salem dialogue this episode, which is great. I think it's actually really good because I remember when episode 2 ended, and I was like, I predicted for episode 3 that we would get the Atlas compound stuff, but at the end of the episode, Oscar would be in front of Salem, so in episode 4, we'd get Oscar-Salem. But they did, like, the full compound was the full episode in 3, and then they did it in 4 in a way where we still got Oscar and Salem interaction in chapter 4. So I'm pretty happy with that, because that was kind of originally, like, when they did that, I was like, okay, chapter 4 will get some Oscar and Salem dialogue, and we did. So, awesome. That was great. Salem said so many lines in this episode that are so quotable and just so goated. Oh my god, Salem is so good. She was an interesting character when she was introduced and she was super mysterious, but I feel like ever since they gave us the best, what I still claim to be the best episode of RWBY, which was season 6, episode 3, volume 6, chapter 3, The Lost Fable, she's developed into one of the best characters in the series. I mean, that episode on its own jumped her from a mysterious, kind of cool-looking villain that I didn't have too much thoughts on to one of the best characters in the series. And it seems like every interaction she has with a character, like literally every time she does anything dialogue-wise, it's amazing. And she just gets better and better and better. And I feel like she's getting close to being my favorite character actually in the entire series. I feel like she's not there yet. I would say my favorite character is Ironwood, maybe Weiss. But like Salem is maybe my favorite villain. I mean, unless we're considering Ironwood a villain, which I wouldn't, but I can understand if some people want to label him such. Watts is up there. Like, my favorite villains are probably either Watts or Salem. I love Cinder, Emerald, Mercury, Neo. I love all of them. I think Neo's the weird case where it's like, I love her to pieces, but because of the nature of Neo's character, we're literally like, she's pretty much impossible to read. The only like dialogue we have for Neo is her song, One Thing, which again, to me, still implies that she's going to betray Cinder, but we'll see. I don't really know what else to like it's hard with Neo, but I love Cinder, Emerald, and Mercury. All of them are great. If we count dead villains, Roman was incredible, of course, but like Watts was so good in V7, and I'm already loving him in V8 as well. And then of course, Salem is just so good. So yeah, I think Salem might be my favorite villain. I mean, it's probably Watts, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It might already be Salem, low key. Salem is so good. Tyrion. I totally derped on Tyrion. I was thinking of Hazel, and I was like, Hazel's my least favorite of the main villains. And then I was like, oh wait, there's this guy named Tyrion who happens to be amazing. Okay, Tyrion's up there with Watts too. I might lean slightly towards Watts, but Tyrion is a beast, and I think it still might be Salem though. Her dialogue, her character, Cortana over there, I believe Jen Taylor, is a goat. She's so good. Oh my god. Maybe one of the best voice actors in RWBY for sure is Salem. She's so good. So good. I love her so much. But yeah, the Oscar and Salem interaction was really interesting. I really enjoyed what we got out of that. It was a little shorter than I would have wanted, but it got the job done. That was cool. Seeing her use her magic, that was wild. And then obviously Hazel beating the crap out of Oscar was pretty funny, to be honest. And obviously, getting some revenge, a little for Oscar, but primarily for Ozpin. So that's really cool. It's really cool to see Salem referring to him as Ozma too. Like that's really like awesome. And also, of course, it was just weird hearing her say the name Oscar, but that was cool too, that she knows his name, the actual kid's name, which is badass. And then on the flip side, like the Ren, Jean, and Yang stuff was fantastic. I mean, the character work here, specifically with Ren. I could see some people being a little turned off by Ren and the way he's been acting, but again, it's similar to my reasons why I think Ruby Rose is the best she's ever been, is because she's doing things that I don't necessarily agree with character-wise. And I think I feel like what Ruby does, she does it in a more like likable way where you can kind of relate to it. I feel like a little easier than Ren, but I feel like both Ren and Ruby are the most interesting they've ever been narratively for similar reasons, albeit in different ways. And a lot of it has to do with, at least for me, is that they're taking things in a direction that I think is very logical, and I understand fully why, but that doesn't necessarily make it the right decision. And in both of those cases, I feel like those characters are interestingly flawed in ways I really like. So I'm really loving Ren. Ren is like the one character in this show that I've always wanted to love for so long, because I'm like, I look at Ren and I'm like, man, I might not be Asian, but holy shit, I cosplay the fuck out of Ren. And because I love his outfits. Oh, I love his outfits. And then, the hair, obviously. And I don't know, he's just the guy. He's just that man. He's that boy. I just love Ren. So it's like, design-wise. And obviously the voice, Monty and Neith are just great for the character especially. And I just really he's a character that I've always liked, but I've always wanted to love, but I feel like the series has never given me enough of a reason to love him. And I feel like the arc he's been on the last couple of volumes, specifically 7 and 8, has really made me turn a corner with him, and he's starting to become a character that I'm actually starting to love for probably the first time in the entire series, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that fact. Ren has been amazing, and all the things with Yang and Jean there were also great. Yang, Yang making a comment about Pyrrha. Obviously, Jean just assumed she was talking about Ruby, and that was just such a, like, whoa moment. That was so sick. Just so many things that are just so many good moments in this episode. This was the best episode of Volume 8 so far, in my personal opinion. And it was just full of great dialogue. We also had a great chase scene at the beginning where with Yang, Jean, and Ren trying to catch up to Oscar. That was awesome. I mean, just everything about this episode was absolutely great. And I think that's all I got to say. I think I went over all my thoughts on this. Next episode, I have no idea. I have no idea what next episode is going to be. Maybe we're going to see what Cinder, Emerald, and Neo are going to do. Obviously, Yang... It looks like Yang, Ren, and Jean are going to have to deal with whatever's coming out of the ice, potentially the design contest, Grimm. And then you also have the RWBY team. They don't really have anything set up, but obviously with the stuff going on with Cinder, who knows? Watts has been thrown back in jail, so I don't know if he can do anything remotely currently, so I don't know how much he's going to actually be able to help unless he was able to code it in a way where it's going to be able to auto-do it for him, where Penny's just going to be sus as hell, or maybe, who knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens with the Penny, Watts, Ironwood situation. That's going to be really interesting to see unfold. Probably sooner rather than later. Like, probably, honestly, in the next, 2 episodes, that's probably going to unfold. Maybe 3, but, I think that's going to unfold pretty soon. Like I said, I think a lot of the things implied in the OP are going to happen very soon, with the exception being, specific scenes, but, very specific shots. Because, a lot of the... some of the shots, obviously, we got the shot with Ren in the snow, and that was obviously a reference to what we saw in the OP, and just a lot of stuff like that. It's just really interesting. But, yeah, this volume's been pretty awesome so far. I'm definitely enjoying it. Also, by the way, I didn't mention this, but I'm watching this on Saturday night. In fact, it's 12:30 in the morning on Sunday in the Pacific Coast. So it's technically Sunday morning, technically, but I think I started this video on Saturday night and ended it on Sunday morning to give you an idea of this. I recorded some Hunter earlier, and this is my final recording of the night. And then after that, it's just going to be editing and uploading and maybe going to sleep or maybe staying up for a million hours. Who knows what I'm going to do with that, but I figured I'd mention that because I think the first for chapter 1 it was Saturday, for chapter 2 was Sunday, for chapter 3 was Monday. So I've been watching it a day later each time, but this time once again I watched it on the night that it came out, or the same day that it came out. So I've kind of reset back to watching it really early on in the RWBY week, basically. Obviously, it starts on Saturday with the actual episode, and then, and starts again with each new episode until we get to chapter 14, and then we're done with the volume. But that's still a ways away. We still have 10 more chapters of RWBY Volume 8. I can't wait for it. I still have no idea if we're going to get a hiatus. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Christmas, New Year's kind of hiatus where they don't post over the holidays and then return in January for the second half of the season, or they could just post the whole thing weekly, especially since there's 14 episodes, and I'm sure a lot of people would be more than happy to spend 20 minutes watching RWBY, or in my case, it's usually closer to 40 minutes watching RWBY, but you get the point. But yeah, no, that was a great episode, and I don't think I have anything else to say about it. Really excited for next week. Yeah, that was the best chapter of RWBY Volume 8, I'd say. It was really good. We got a lot of things I've been wanting in this volume already. Salem does, in fact, want to ask what's up with the beacon relic, which makes perfect sense. And the only reason I didn't think that would be the question was because it doesn't pertain to V8 in any way I see, because that's just not relevant to the current situation, and I figured narratively that the question would be something relative to the current situation, unless for some reason someone other than Salem is going to end up asking a question, and that's going to be part of a swerve, because it's set up for Salem to be asking the question pretty soon. Of course, Oscar has to break and tell her how to summon Jin. Not that she knows it's Jin, which is to say Jin's name. But yeah, that's really spicy, and I can't wait for some more RWBY Volume 8. It's going to be awesome. So anyways, I think that's going to do it. And yeah, obviously I'll see you guys next Saturday with the next reaction to RWBY V8. So without any further ado, I think it's time for me to bid you adieu. Flamin' Shark signing out. Hope you guys have a wonderful, fantastical day, and I will see you next time with another video. Thanks for watching. Peace.